Welcome back to azWHOLEistic, a whole lot more than just CBD. In this video, we're going to be going over cannabinoids for sleep. This is our sleep guide, and we're going to be talking about CBD, CBG, CBN, and THC, specifically Delta 8, for sleep. So let's get started. Let's talk about the basics with CBD first. There are some people who are sensitive to CBD, and when they consume a pure CBD gummy, it does help them sleep. We've got lots of people that come in the store and they literally take 1 or 2 gummies at night and it helps them sleep. So 10, 20, or 30 milligrams seems to be a moderate dose for the average person. If they're sensitive to CBD, again, it does help with sleep. But for me and many other of our clients, I personally do over 150 milligrams a day for my pain and inflammation. I've broken lots of bones. And typically we see people state that gummies are more relaxing than the CBD oils. So just keep that in mind. Now, high dosages of CBD and CBG typically are better for pain. And typically this takes place with the oils because of the way they are absorbed. So this is likely due to the modulatory effects with the molecule going through the liver, as the edibles are different than oils with the way they are absorbed. Okay, so if you're getting the sleep benefits from CBD, you do not need to really go any further. But this video is primarily for people that are not getting any real relaxing effects from the current dose of CBD. So now, where to begin if sleep is not being achieved very well? Well, we suggest you start with our R.E.M product. This is a proprietary formula of 3 non-psychotropic cannabinoids, CBD, CBG, and CBN together. Together, they're anti-inflammatory, they help with gastro issues, and the CBN molecule is very relaxing. It says 500 milligrams on our label, but the test results, as you can see here on our page, are over 600 milligrams. So you're definitely getting what you pay for. So R.E.M dosing. We always suggest starting low, as there is no reason to use more than is needed. Begin with 1/4 dropper under the tongue 30 minutes before bed. If the 1/4 dropper doesn't help you sleep, increase by another 1/4 dropper until the desired relaxing effect is achieved. Increase the same night or the next evening and be consistent with it each night. Oftentimes, the more you take it, the more it begins to build up in the bloodstream and it begins to work better at that same dose. Okay, so keep that in mind. Now, next slide, REM failure. 90% of our clients say the REM works well for them, but there are a few people, for some strange reason, that REM doesn't work for them. So if the REM for some reason does not help you, by the time you're using more than 1 full dropper each night, you could add a gummy. So in other words, you would take the same amount, the 1 full dropper of the REM bottle that you currently possess, and then you would add a gummy of the CBN gummy, which would be 5 milligrams. Okay, edibles modulate differently than the oils, and it's possible it may be an absorption issue. So CBN gummies, begin with 1/2 gummy and see how you sleep with the current REM oil that you were using. If that doesn't work, then increase to 1 full gummy the next evening and continue to increase 1 gummy, 1.5, and 2 gummies while you're still using the REM oil. Now, if you haven't purchased the REM oil, you can just try the CBN gummies. Okay? If you sleep well on any of these formulas, but wake up with a little bit of brain fog and you still feel a little too relaxed in the morning, that just means the molecule is still in the brain. That means reduce the dose a little bit the next night. Okay? Next slide, REM and CBN failure. Extremely rare, but we have had a few people that have said neither of them are working for them. So if you're still not experiencing deep, restful sleep, you may have different receptor makeup that requires a little THC to stimulate the proper area of the brain. Now, our REM Plus formula is a formulation of CBN and THC Delta 8, and together these 2 cannabinoids are sedative. So we suggest only using this if you haven't had any success with either the CBD or the REM or CBN gummies, which is exceedingly rare. Okay, so if you still have your REM bottle from the beginning of this video and you tried the REM formula and it wasn't working, you can use the rest of that and just add a quarter dropper of this REM Plus product. That will also change the way it's working because this is more CBN and it does have some delta 8. So therefore it may be hitting slightly different receptors. Okay? CBN and THC. As stated, most of our clients respond well from the REM formula. Each person's metabolism is unique, so for those who are not getting the benefits from the REM, they need to figure out through a process of elimination what combination of these cannabinoids hits the proper receptors. So for those few clients that REM doesn't work for, the REM Plus always seems to do the trick. Cannabis THC Delta 9. For any clients that are sourcing cannabis-based THC Delta 9, remember, we have nothing against THC. We don't sell it in our stores, but it does tend to build up in the brain. So it is very important to take tolerance breaks every 6 months or so to allow the molecule to clear out of the neurological field. Okay, get it out of the brain. If it builds up too much, THC can overload the CB1 receptor and begin to cause a little bit of neuroinflammation, so it will change the way it works and how you feel. We have lots of people that come in the store saying, I've been using cannabis for 6 months or a year and it's been working great, and all of a sudden last week it's just not working anymore. It seems like I need to use more and more and it's still not working. In fact, I'm up all night, I feel more stressed, I don't know what's happening. And that's just because it's built up in the brain. So take a 2 to 3 week tolerance break, and then after it clears out of the system, you can go back on your THC protocol if necessary. But also remember that THC has no anti-inflammatory benefits, okay? Not like the other cannabinoids. So hope this helps you guys get an idea on the different ways to get deep, restful sleep with natural, pure, organic cannabinoids. And if you find value in this, please feel free to comment or share. And we hope you have a great rest of your year. Don't forget to do something nice for someone you don't know. There's just not enough of that in the world right now.